Hey guys, I'm back with our market update, so let's get started. So the market seems to be, I don't know, relatively healthy. There's some boxes have gone up, some boxes have gone down, and like normal, I'm just gonna give you sort of what I'm seeing as far as like the trending kind of demand data, um, versus sort of the historical data. So Scarlet Vibe base is just down by like I think a few dollars. It's like it's like $1 from yesterday. It hit 197 just a few days ago, went back down to 190 and then back to and then went back to 196, then now it's 195 basically. um and it like so yesterday the demand numbers, like it was 7 yesterday and just 5 today, so that's like good amount of boxes for today already. But 7 boxes yesterday, it's a little lower than normal. Yeah, the lowest is usually about 6 or 7, so it's kind of the low end. I do notice there's more boxes listed yesterday. It seemed like it was kind of on a stronger trajectory to recovery or like getting past its like 195 ish range. Um, but yeah, I am seeing more boxes enter the market a little bit. And with these, if it's continuing its lower demand numbers, it's just gonna be there for a little while longer. Like there's already 7 boxes here that matches demand from yesterday. And then there's 11 boxes here. So yeah, it's just like there's a little more resistance, and I'm just gonna keep looking keeping an eye out for if you know if people are flooding or putting enough boxes to keep at that price because they're trying to get rid of the boxes. Um, yeah, I do feel like a lot of people are like, I don't really want Scarlet base long term. Like, who wants to really open Scarlet base? Um, but yeah, I think it'll like all the boxes are definitely gonna reach 200 at some points. It's just a matter about when. And it's kind of technically really close. Just like in the near future, the next couple of days, it'll probably be a little slower. Paldea and Twilight have recovered. They both went down yesterday, um, and it wasn't really that big of a deal because I think that there are just some lower price boxes. They're both at about 225 now. Um, like they just had like similar behaviors. That's why I'm talking about them in a pair. Paldea was like 218 after kind of dropping for a few days, and then Twilight has been hovering around that like 220 mark, 221. So Paldea, the thing about Paldea is yesterday the demand was 17. It's a little lower for it. Like usually it's around 20. I do see 270 boxes, so there's is quite a lot of Paldea on the markets. Um, and I have a pop up going up. I don't know if you guys can see this. Um, okay. Yeah, my security is doing something. So 225. There are quite a bunch of boxes at the 225 mark. That's about 19, 20 boxes at the 290 to 25 mark. Um, and then, yeah, it seems like it's just kind of stuck there. It could reach 227, but I always see Gamer's Choice has a bunch of 228. So it's kind of stuck around this like 225 ish mark for the time being. And then Twilight at 225, there was actually like a good amount of demand yesterday. Like it's like toward the high of what it would usually be, around 20. It's actually much higher than most other days. Most other days it's around 10 to 15, maybe 8 to 15. Um, and we do see like it'll break to the next price a little easier, and that's kind of more normal Twilight. See, I keep regularly seeing how like people will tend to have more Paldea. I even see like there's about like 80 more boxes of Paldea on the market at all. So yeah, I'm attributing that to like there was no reprint of Twilight for the most part. Compared to Paldea had like multiple reprints already, so there's just more people have it. It's pretty easy to buy in the day, and then you could be like, oh, I can sell it right now. Obsidian, I think it's at a new all-time high, or it's like pretty close to its previous one. Um, I've seen a 194 before. Um, Other than that, yeah, I think it's kind of a new all-time high. Just a few dollars up more, but it's almost like 197. And yeah, it was just like really confusing to me because I would see like this kind of solid block of demand. Like Obsidian hasn't really missed a day of like demand since like the 23rd. It's been at least 8 throughout that entire period. And there's been a couple of days in the 20s, and a lot and like quite a few days also in like the 12 to 15s. So I was just like, why isn't the price going up? But it seems like we're finally possibly reaching the point where um, I don't know, sellers aren't trying to offload the boxes. Um, because I see like 197 over here, and 199 is here already, and so like 200 is like very very close. So Obsidian finally might be breaking its like resistance I've been kind of seeing. Like you see like this like up down sort of movements. Um, Paradox. Paradox, I think, has a lot of boxes, and I didn't notice this until today. Demand is like not terrible. It's like 15, 20 boxes a day, maybe 25 sometimes. But like what really is like the sticking point is Heavy Tech has like 120 boxes here. That's gonna take a very long time. Based on the current demand, that takes like a week. So like Paradox is kind of stuck here unless like yeah, all these I recognize these like CG Castle, Holosk, Heavy Tech. These are all like those the stores that want to like like kind of offload the boxes. So yeah, it's gonna be a while for Paradox unless these sellers kind of change their tune. Um, yeah, I'm just kind of waiting until the day where everyone's like, "Wow, I should have bought my Paradox. I can't believe it was so cheap." Because that's gonna happen someday. A lot of people think some people think it's gonna be like the Chilling Reign of Scarlet Violet, where they're like, "Why didn't I buy more? Like it's such an obvious play." But you know, like this supply available isn't gonna last forever. Temporal, I'm still waiting for it to sell out. There was a big spike in demand in box yesterday actually. So 27 did sell out. I didn't actually check. Artist somebody bought yesterday. Uh oh shoot, it did sell out. Okay, so yeah, I didn't actually check the graph earlier. So Temporal Force is officially sold out. So we're gonna see changes with that definitely. Um, And wow, yeah. So this is what happens. Like people are gonna be like, should I buy at that price? And then they'll buy a lot. I'm kind of wondering what people are buying at. Some people bought 179. So there's like 184 here. Um, yeah, like there's 222 in the market outside of Pokemon Center. Like people didn't feel like they had a lot of temporal. And the thing about temporal is that there wasn't a lot on the market. There's not going to be a lot of people holding at the lower prices. Like, yeah, you could go on a Pokemon Center, but like you're not like, especially if you pay tax, one $161 booster box plus tax is already close to like 170. So like, there's no reason to really sell it. You have to wait until it appreciates more. So I'm just like this thing has to go up basically, and a lot of people do like temporal. I do see Heavy Tech as 30s, SHG Castles here again. Um, but man, they probably are just trying to offload their early temporal actually. So I think this video is getting a little too long. I already talked about Twilight. Stellar, Stellar went down like $1, but that's because the seller who brought down yesterday is still there. Yeah, I think they put down the price like by $1. After that, it's still back at 198. And yeah, it'll probably be around 198 for some time. The demand is like no 7 to 13 bucks a day, and then surging demand is still pretty decent. It's actually kind of rising just slightly since the 19th. I'm imagining that on the low days it's kind of rising. Whatever. It's still relatively about the same technically. I guess I do see a slight concentration of demand here. Um, Now I try to just look at the little subtle differences. Okay, so for Sword and Shield, I'll try to just quickly cover that. Sword and Shield basic the same, Rebel Clash about the same. Darkness Ablaze, pricing is about the same. Um, the demand's been more consistent ever since the 2nd of March. There's been a box sold every day versus there's usually more of a space in between. Um, and yeah, I think you do see like there's a slower point in um, January 6th to February 9th. It was a little slower, and now it's like picking up a little bit from February 10th to now. but there's still kind of resistance for the price. Um, Chilling Rain, demand's kind of going down recently. Only one box is sold per day. Evolving Skies, there's like a cheap box available. I'm seeing, I think I saw that for a couple of these Sword and Shield boxes. They're just big one seller, one cheap box. This one is Counter Service Seller. It's a lot cheaper. That's like 12.80, and then it would go back to about 13.09 like normal. Fusion Strike, it's also been slowing down a little bit. Like no boxes were sold yesterday, no boxes were sold a few days ago, and other days only like one box is sold, and then there's a two box sold. So it's kind of slowing down a little bit. Um, and yeah, the price has been going down because you do see like this one or two random boxes. Like there's this one seller who's selling for a little lower at like the 470s. But after that it goes back to like the 480s. Uh, Brilliant Stars, we saw more demand at six boxes yesterday, um, and we might actually see 305 soon. If it keeps out that demand, there's only uh, six, like nine boxes, and it goes to 309. So that's not really impossible for like a few days. And then Astral Radiance, it kind of broke through some resistance. Yeah, I was noticing like Astral Radiance, Obsidian Flames. It's like I don't know why people aren't like there's like resistance to them because like they're having lower sale numbers, but like they should have been kind of going up and they weren't. So they're finally breaking it. Astral Radiance is back up, like about $3. Yeah, this is a discount Fusion Strike. This was the discount of Evolving. Battle Styles also went up about $5, which I didn't mention. But yeah, Astral Radiance. Um, yeah, three boxes were bought today, two were bought yesterday, and yeah, this is what I was saying before. Like if people would actually buy the boxes, this is 265, then it goes to 270, then it goes to 275. So you'll see that like price jump. Lost Origin, there's a little more inconsistent demand. Like Lost Origin was very consistent, people buying, and then there was no box bought on the 7th or the 9th. So it's like it's kind of slowing down a little bit. And yeah, even if it people buy these boxes, they're still like this 403 price. That's for having a very hard time to break through. And Silver Tempest, the demand has been kind of like decent. There's been a lot of 3 or 4 boxes sold per day. Ever since the 4th, even 9 bought on the 4th. There's only 120 on the market, and yeah, I think that there is another like cheap seller at 255, and it goes back to 260. All right, that's it for today's video. Thanks, guys. Bye.